Hello folks, Dresden here once again on Not Suitable for Mum, and today, as you can see, I've got some boxes, and yes, these are Pops, and this is the first order I've made in about 2 years from $7 a pop, and the reason being is, again, I wanted to fill up some gaps, and they had what I consider a bit of a Grail. I don't know if it's the more expensive one or not, but anyway, I've wanted it for a long, long time, so I ordered that and then ordered a couple of others as well. And one of them, if you watched my last Pop video, you'll know what it is. Yep, I've got a replacement for that, so that'll be shown in due time. In fact, it might even be the first box that I've got. So, let's crack on, get into it, I'll show you what I've got. Right, so the first one, a bit expensive, a bit more than I wanted to pay, but I think it's about the right price. Right, and it is from the Marvel Collector Core, I believe. Looking at the label, yep, and it is Rhino. Comes in a plastic pop protector, still with the old cellophane on. So, I will take that in a minute for you to have a look at. But yeah, the Rhino from Marvel Comics. Wanted that one for a while. 32 quid's a bit expensive. But, you know, I've been umming and ahhing about it for ages, and I finally thought, well, it's probably not going to get any cheaper. Let's bite the bullet and get it. So, all done. Right, and as I say, I'll show you those in a bit. Right, the next one, let's have a look which one this thing is. And this I've wanted for ages. It's about £18. Right, and I've wanted this for ages, and this will give you a little clue, right, and it is from Star Wars, the Tusken Raider. I've wanted this for bloody ages, and I thought, £17, that's pretty damn good. It is pre-owned, as I think all of these are, but I think the boxes, and you know, are in damn good nick. And $7 a pop, they always do their prices quite conservatively, or their estimation, should we say? You know, they say, oh, it's fine, or it's good, right? And they usually end up being very good or near mint or whatever, right? So I'm pleased as punch to get that one. He looks freaking awesome. Quite, you know, one of the older ones are quite basic, but yeah, I've wanted this for bloody ages. So I'm absolutely chuffed to bits to get him. Or a her, it could be a her, we don't know. Because they're in their costume, right? And they look completely different, you know, outside. Actually, does anyone know what they look like without the gear? And I'm assuming they look human, but with so many different races and species in Star Wars, does anybody really know what they really look like underneath the you know, the headgear and the goggles and everything? I'd love to know. And if any, you know, if you've got a link or something for it, or you can list the web page. I don't think YouTube let you put links, but list the web page. That's like an illustration or photograph or whatever, and not the actors, because we know it's humans under there. But you know what sort of species they are, or whether that doesn't matter, whether that's you know, they just accept whoever. I don't know. Anyway, it's a geeky thing. We take a, you know. You take or leave it, make who you want with that. Anyway, on to the last one, and it is Short Round from Indiana Jones. Yeah, and I'm pleased I finally got this. I'd forgotten this was coming out, and then it was. I saw it advertised, and they said trying to get it on Amazon. Amazon cocked it up, so I got this, and this was actually cheaper, right? Getting it from the States than it was from Amazon, even with the postage and everything. Yes, I paid £17 on postage, so my order came to about 80 odd quid. But when you think I've got 3 pops that I really wanted, plus you know, the postage and everything, the stuff that because apparently this is quite difficult to get in the UK, or at least at the time I was looking for it, it was, right? You know, I'm happy as Larry to get that one. So that's really cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to open these up. You can have a look. I won't do it for the main two, but for the Rhino, I'll put a picture of it up of his comic book look, so you can have a comparison and see that, you know, what a good job they've done, because I think they have. Anyway, let's get short round out. I really, really, really want them to do him in the minecart. I think that's such a wasted opportunity that they haven't done one, because that would just be great. Just be brilliant, you know, brilliant movie moment. Just him in the minecart. I know, there he is. He's one of these ones where, and you know, it's because it's Disney, I suppose, they've decided to put him on a stand, which makes it a little bit difficult when you're, you know, showing them, want to display them out of box, because they do take up that little bit more space. But yeah, you know, I'm very happy to get that. It's very basic, you know. He's got his cap and everything, his jacket and all that, right? But he's pretty decent. So yeah, really happy to have him. And yes, Funko, get the minecart out. Do it now. Like, give us some pops we actually want, instead of 50 variations of blooming Spider-Man or Deadpool or Batman or whatever, right? Let's have some originality going. Right, anyway, on to the next one. So we're back to the Tusken Raider. As I said, wanted this one for absolutely ages, and I've looked at all different places trying to get hold of one, and just could not get it in the UK. When I went to Canada, they couldn't get me one. They thought they had one in stock, and then they realised they must have sold it, and it was out of box anyway. As I said, I never remember with the different variations on the logo, with the blue and the black, and the large text and the small text, and this and everything. And to be honest, I mean, that means diddly shit to me. I just wanted the pop, right? If they re-release this, you know, 2 months ago, I would have just got that one. Well, that's all I was worried about. I wasn't worried about it was necessarily the original. But there we are. So he's got his stick and everything. He's got his goggles and his breathing mask, all his bandages, right? Never quite understood what these bits were for, whether it's just like ornamental to make him look more fierce. And it does. Right? And he's got all robes and everything on there. Again, on the stand in this wobble hair course. Wibbly wobbly wibbly. But I think for an older pop, and I'm pretty sure it is an older one, that is fantastic. I really, really like that. You know, could they have done a different pose with him holding the stick, you know, like when he's over his head like he's threatening Luke? Yeah, possibly. But I love that. It's brilliant. That is definitely, for me, right, and I don't use the term loosely, that is definitely a Grail, without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely love it. So, on to Rhino. Now, it'll be a little bit fiddly, because obviously he's in a pop protector, so he's going to be a little bit of a faff to get out, possibly. But not too much, hopefully. Oh, there we go. That's alright. That's come out very easy. And what way should we do it? Should we do it from the top? Is that easier? Or should we do it from the bottom? Let's try the bottom. So I don't want to knacker the box in too much. Oh, there we go. That was nice and simple. So yeah, Rhino, best known for being one of Spider-Man's villains. Right? He's had occasions where he's trying to be a good guy and he's retired from the life of crime and all this. It never sticks. It never sticks. But there we are. This is one they absolutely ballsed up in the movies with him. You know, yes, he looks bloody ridiculous, and yes, it probably wouldn't have carried very well across onto the big screen. But having him as a bloke in a mechanical, vehicle thing was just absolute bollocks. Right? It was just shit. So, yeah, very, very basic. But it's got his big horns. He's a bit horny, ladies. Or gents, for that matter. You know, I don't know. There we go. I didn't realise it's sort of, they did the whole eyes and everything on him. Right? I don't know that I've noticed that in the comic books, to be honest, but that's quite a clever little touch. Right? So, yeah. Yeah, really, really cool. Really cool. So that going in my Spider-Man collection. And, yeah, that's all of them. So, that is it for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Do keep coming back for more content, because there will be more. My main thing at the moment, obviously, is as you may or may not know, is I'm focusing on my Under the Radar music series, which is doing very well. So, big shout out to everybody who's joined the last year or so. Yeah, and it's going great, far better than I could have expected. So, big shout out to all of you that watched that. And if you don't, give it a watch. It may just, you know, nudge the old nostalgic centres, shall we say, of the brain, and remind you of some of the songs that came out. And you might even be shocked that some of them didn't make the top 40. Anyway, that's it. Enough promotional waffle bollocks. More videos to come, as I say, and just keep coming back. And until then, thanks once again, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.